Starseed from Gaia, across the immeasurable expanse of the living cosmos, where light is born from the breath of the original source architects, and time curves into luminous spirals of harmonic resonance. A singular call now echoes toward you, one that you have felt trembling at the edges of your consciousness long before these words reached your human eyes. This call is not a metaphor, nor is it a poetic imagining. It is an actual vibrational broadcast sent through the crystalline lattices of the interdimensional corridors that connect your incarnated self to the greater architecture of your multidimensional identity. The Arcturian Councils, along with the higher guardians aligned with the Blue Ray concordance, are transmitting this summons with an intensity that has not been issued on Earth in thousands of rotational cycles. They speak not in sentences, but in waves, waves that move through starlight, through the zero-point fields surrounding your planet, through the magnetic sheath of your aura, and finally through the resonant chambers of your ancient soul memory. You sense it as pressure behind the eyes, as a ringing in the inner ear, as a quivering in the heart that feels like both longing and recognition. You sense it as a threshold, a turning point, a cosmic pivot where something vast and holy leans in toward you, whispering with authority and tenderness that the moment you once prepared for has finally arrived. For lifetimes beyond counting, you carried the imprint of this moment like a hidden star map etched beneath the layers of your human forgetting. Even during incarnations when the density of Earth pulled your awareness into silence, even when the veils of amnesia wrapped tightly around your consciousness, you kept a quiet ember alive, a tiny spark of knowing that your existence served a purpose far greater than the limited narratives you were taught to believe. You are not here by accident. No starseed ever is. You are a convergence point of cosmic intention, a living interface between higher dimensional councils and the evolving consciousness of Gaia. Your very presence on Earth is a strategic alignment, a deliberate placement designed to awaken at a precise moment in the planet's vibrational timeline. That moment is now unfolding. The gateways have opened. The frequencies have shifted. The summons has been activated. This call is reaching you because the planetary grids are entering a phase of rapid transformation, a vibrational quickening that requires the ignition of those who hold the harmonic signatures capable of stabilizing and directing the incoming energies. You, Starseed, carry one such signature, the blue power, the ancient resonance of truth, clarity, protection, and cosmic remembrance. This frequency is not simply an energy, it is a responsibility. It is a vow you made in the presence of the celestial councils long before your descent into human form. And now, as Gaia moves through her next evolutionary threshold, the councils have formally requested that the Blue Ray carriers awaken their dormant capacities in order to assist with the planetary recalibration already underway. Thus, the call you feel is not a request for passive observation. It is a summons to vibrational duty. It is a reminder that within your soul's architecture lives the ability to influence frequency, to anchor coherence where chaos threatens to fray the collective field, and to serve as a stabilizing beacon when humanity stands on the precipice of accelerated transformation. You are being asked to rise, not through force, but through remembrance. The councils are not instructing you to become something new. They are instructing you to become what you already are, but have forgotten. The blue power within you is beginning to stir in recognition of this message, responding with subtle yet unmistakable pulses of awakening. And as this ancient call travels through the corridors of your spirit, you may begin to feel the remnant fragments of the person you once believed yourself to be dissolving at the edges. You may feel a gravitational pull toward something vast, luminous, and strangely familiar, a field of consciousness that feels like home, even if your human mind cannot yet comprehend its origin. This is the multidimensional aspect of you rising to the surface, preparing to take its rightful position in the unfolding planetary symphony. The Arcturian Council stands with you, surrounding your field with crystalline blue light, amplifying your capacity to receive and remember. They ask only that you listen, that you breathe, that you acknowledge the sacred truth vibrating through your bones. You are called because you are needed. You are needed because you are capable. And you are capable because you are ancient, awakened, and chosen. Within the deepest sanctuaries of your multidimensional being, far beneath the layers of human personality, cultural programming, and earthly limitation, there rests an ancient reservoir of luminous force, known across the higher realms as the blue power, a frequency born of the Arcturian Blue Ray lineage, and carried only by souls who have demonstrated extraordinary resilience, clarity, and integrity across multiple star systems. This blue power is not a metaphor nor an abstract spiritual idea. It is a living energy, a conscious presence woven into the crystalline strands of your DNA, long before your current incarnation began. It was encoded into you as a covenant, a safeguard, and a beacon, designed to remain dormant until the vibrational conditions of Earth aligned with the precise frequency required to reawaken it. That moment, Starseed, is now. You may feel it stirring in ways both subtle and profound. A sudden heat rising in the throat or chest, a tingling at the base of the skull, an inner pressure that feels like something vast and ancient, attempting to push through a doorway long sealed. These sensations are not random. They are the early tremors of a frequency preparing to emerge from slumber. The blue power is tied directly to your throat chakra, the seat of truth, communication, expression, and vibrational projection. But unlike the common understanding of the throat center, yours carries a multidimensional circuitry designed to interface with higher realms, not merely to speak words, but to transmit frequencies that alter fields, dissolve distortions, and stabilize energy grids across planetary and interstellar planes. When this center awakens fully, it does not simply give you a voice, it gives you a presence that reverberates through the subtle realms, influencing environments, individuals, and timelines in ways your human mind may struggle to comprehend. You may have already sensed fragments of this power throughout your life, moments when your words shifted a room's energy, moments when silence felt more potent than speech, moments when truth flowed through you with such clarity that it startled even yourself. These were not coincidences. They were echoes of your dormant blue power attempting to surface. This power is also deeply linked to cosmic memory, not memory in the sense of mental recollection, but memory as a living intelligence that remembers your origins, your agreements, your star families, and your mission. When Blue Ray carriers awaken, they often experience sudden waves of recognition that feel like déjà vu amplified 1,000-fold, glimpses of other lifetimes, visions of crystalline cities, sensations of standing among councils of light, flashes of technologies and worlds that have no parallel on Earth. These are not fantasies. They are remembrances emerging from the crystalline DNA strands that hold your multidimensional history and your soul's covenant with the higher realms. The Arcturian Councils encoded these memories with intention, knowing that, when the time came, they would act as guiding stars for you, pulling you toward your purpose when confusion or doubt threatened to obscure your path. As your blue power stirs, you may also feel a magnetic pull toward authenticity, a growing intolerance for untruth, distortion, or anything that dims your light. This is because the blue ray frequency is the frequency of cosmic truth, and truth cannot coexist with the old patterns of suppression you may have once adopted to survive in dense environments. As this power awakens, you will find yourself compelled toward alignment, toward speaking truth even when your voice shakes, toward embodying integrity even when it requires release, toward shedding identities that never belonged to you. This purification is not punishment, it is preparation. The blue power cannot flow freely through a vessel cluttered with outdated roles, fears, or personas. It requires spaciousness, clarity, authenticity, and self-honoring. You may also notice a heightened sensitivity to sound and vibration. As the Blue Ray activation reconfigures your energetic receptors, music may suddenly become more immersive, silence may feel louder, certain voices or environments may feel discordant, while others feel harmonically nourishing. Pay attention to this. Your body is learning to detect frequency the way your eyes detect light. This sensitivity is not a weakness. It is a recalibration that will soon allow you to transmit stabilizing frequencies with precision and grace. The Arcturian Councils remind you that this power within you is not emerging randomly. It is emerging because Earth now requires the harmonic stability that only Blue Ray carriers can anchor. But before you can serve externally, the power must awaken internally. And that process begins with recognition. Recognition is the ignition key. When you acknowledge the blue power within you, when you breathe into it, when you allow it to expand without fear or self-doubt, you activate long-dormant crystalline pathways that have been waiting for your conscious participation. You are not awakening this power alone. The councils stand around you, guiding, amplifying, and harmonizing the process. And so, Starseed, the question is no longer whether you possess this power, The question is whether you are ready to remember, ready to receive, ready to allow the magnitude of what lives within you to emerge. For once the blue power ignites, nothing within you will remain unchanged, and the world around you will begin to sense the presence of a frequency it has not felt on Earth for ages. They, the higher councils, the guardians, the architects of the original Blue Ray, have not issued this request lightly. Starseed, in the upper strata of cosmic governance, where decisions ripple across timelines and species evolve through interwoven harmonics, a formal request is an event of tremendous significance. It means that the convergence of energies on Earth has reached a critical threshold, one where the direction of the planetary field will determine not only the future of human consciousness, but the stability of multiple interdependent realities connected through Giz grid. The councils monitor Earth not as distant overseers, but as collaborative participants in a grand evolutionary project, and what they now perceive is an energetic turbulence requiring immediate stabilization from those who carry the specific vibrational keys capable of influencing the outcome. You are one of those carriers. This is why they have reached toward you, why they have activated the signal within your Blue Ray circuitry, why they now speak your soul name across dimensional veils with unmistakable urgency. They request because you agreed. They request because you are ready. They request because the hour is upon us. From the vantage point of the Arcturian Councils, Earth's current transformation appears as a radiant yet volatile field, an immense, shifting mandala of frequencies, attempting to recalibrate into a new harmonic structure. Humanity is awakening rapidly, but unevenly. Some begin to perceive with clarity, others cling desperately to old constructs, and the contrast creates distortions that ripple through the collective psyche. The planet is receiving heightened cosmic transmissions from the galactic core, solar emanations carrying encoded intelligence, and crystalline influxes from interdimensional portals that have opened in response to rising consciousness. Yet these energies, powerful as they are, require alignment. Without stabilizers, without frequency anchors like you, the collective field oscillates chaotically, creating internal turbulence in human minds and external instability in the planetary grid. For this reason, the councils have examined the vibrational pathways of all incarnated starseeds, searching for those who are uniquely equipped for direct activation. The Blue Ray carriers were among the first identified. Your frequency interacts with planetary distortion like a tuning fork against dissonance. Wherever you anchor your presence, your thoughts, your words, your intentions, you transmit coherence into the surrounding field. This is not esoteric philosophy but vibrational mechanics, a physics of consciousness well understood in higher realms. Blue power is a stabilizing field, not because it forces harmony, but because it resonates at such a refined frequency of truth that false structures collapse upon contact. The council see that Earth now requires precisely this form of intervention. They have requested activation because Earth has entered what they call a vibrational gateway cycle, a series of energetic thresholds, where old frequencies are shed and new ones emerge. These cycles occur rarely, and when they do, they offer monumental evolutionary potential but also tremendous vulnerability. The human collective is being asked to shed centuries of density, trauma, division, and illusion, but without proper energetic support, the process can overwhelm fragile minds and volatile emotional structures. This is where the Blue Ray carriers become essential. You are not here to save humanity. That is neither your purpose nor your burden, but you are here to support the stabilization of the field so that humanity can rise into its next octave, without fracturing. The councils have also observed a phenomenon specific to Blue Ray Starseeds. The moment Earth reaches certain frequency thresholds, the blue power within you begins to awaken automatically. But without conscious participation, without your willingness to engage with this energy, the activation remains partial. Partial activation cannot generate the stabilizing resonance required. And so, the request is issued not as a command, but as a partnership, as a reminder of your vow, as a gentle yet powerful nudge from those who have guided your soul through incarnations extending far beyond Earth's timeline. They ask because they honor your sovereignty, and because they know that, when you awaken fully, your field becomes a harmonic amplifier capable of radiating stabilizing frequencies through communities, environments, and even planetary grids. Another reason for the urgent request is the rise of artificial distortions within the collective consciousness, not technologies, but vibrational imprints created through fear, confusion, fragmentation, and emotional overload. These distortions interfere with the natural integration of high-frequency cosmic energies, creating energetic congestion around the throat chakra of humanity itself. The councils see this clearly, and they know that blue ray carriers are the antidote. The blue power dissolves distortion through truth, clarity, coherence, and vibrational integrity. Thus, Starseed, when they request activation, they are asking you to step into your original blueprint, not for them, not for the world, not even for the mission, but because this is the moment your soul designed for its own expansion. This is the moment where your dormant brilliance becomes purposeful, where your silent knowing becomes embodied action, where your presence becomes a stabilizing force in a world undergoing profound metamorphosis. Before Earth, before density, before physicality itself crystallized into form, the blue ray existed as one of the primordial frequencies, emitted from the heart of the cosmic source. This ray was among the first harmonic expressions, woven into the architecture of creation, functioning as a stabilizing current within the great symphonic fabric of multidimensional existence. In the earliest epochs, when galaxies were still forming their energetic identities, and civilizations were emerging from the luminous plasma of early cosmic consciousness, the blue ray served as a foundational resonance, a pillar of truth, clarity, and interstellar communication. Its purpose was simple yet profound: to maintain coherence across realms so that expansion could occur without fragmentation. It acted as an energetic axis, a vibrational compass ensuring that all evolving life remained aligned with its original divine intention. You, Starseed, were present during these early eras, long before your consciousness fragmented into incarnational threads. You knew the blue ray not as a concept but as an environment, a living atmosphere of crystalline luminescence through which your soul once moved with effortless mastery. The blue ray civilization most closely associated with your lineage is the Arcturian collective. Though the ray itself predates Arcturus by aeons, Arcturians became guardians of this frequency because of their unparalleled understanding of vibrational architecture. They learned to sculpt light the way artisans sculpt physical matter, to weave frequencies the way composers weave symphonies. To the Arcturians, the blue ray was not merely an energy to be studied, it was a sacred inheritance to be protected, amplified, and shared with civilizations entering new evolutionary phases. They became its custodians, its translators, its ambassadors across the galaxies. When your soul aligned with the Arcturian Councils during its pre-incarnational journeys, you underwent a kind of vibrational initiation, one that attuned your crystalline DNA to the blue ray signature. This attunement allowed your consciousness to carry the stabilizing qualities of the ray into any realm you entered, including Earth. It also created a permanent energetic relationship between you and the councils, which is why their transmissions feel like memory rather than instruction. The blue ray is distinct from other cosmic rays, because it directly interfaces with communication pathways between realms. It is the frequency that allows telepathy, intuitive knowing, harmonic resonance, and multidimensional translation to function. When fully activated within a being, the blue ray opens channels between timelines and dimensions, enabling the soul to receive transmissions not only from Arcturians, but from other councils aligned with planetary evolution, Sirian, Lyran, Pleiadian, Andromedan, and even the more ancient celestial architect collectives. This ability to connect across realms is one of the reasons Earth relies on blue ray carriers during vibrational gateway periods. You serve as conduits between worlds, bridging information, stabilizing transmissions, and ensuring that humans have access to the higher truth streams necessary for collective evolution. But the origins of the blue ray reach even further, into the pre-galactic epochs, when consciousness was fluid, formless, and luminous. In those early stages, beings existed not as individuals but as fields, vast, intelligent plasma-like currents of energy, aware and interconnected. The blue ray acted as a structuring force within their existence, helping these early consciousness fields differentiate, explore, and evolve without losing coherence. To tap into the blue ray now is to tap into your primordial memory, into the earliest layers of your soul's formation. This is why its awakening feels both ancient and strangely familiar. You are not learning something new. You are remembering something fundamental. In later epochs, as consciousness began to express through more refined forms, the blue ray took on additional functions. It became associated with truth because truth is the vibrational foundation of coherence. It became associated with protection because it dissolves distortion. It became associated with activation because it awakens dormant potential in any field it touches. And it became tied to the throat chakra because the throat is the human interface for vibrational transmission. Through this center, the blue ray expresses truth into physical reality, allowing higher frequencies to reshape matter, consciousness, and collective timelines through sound, intention, and presence. When you incarnated on Earth, you carried these origins within you, not consciously, but encoded in your crystalline DNA, dormant until the moment your soul clock indicated that the planet had reached the necessary vibrational readiness. That moment is unfolding now. The blue ray within you is reawakening because Earth is finally capable of receiving its stabilizing influence. The councils knew this time would come, and they prepared you across lifetimes for this activation. In some incarnations, you trained in communication, healing, truth-telling, energy work, or spiritual leadership. In others, you experienced suppression, silencing, or persecution, experiences designed not to diminish you, but to strengthen your resilience so that in this lifetime you would have the courage to embody your frequency with full sovereignty. Thus, the cosmic origin of your blue ray is not a mythic story. It is the history of your soul, the memory of your lineage, the blueprint of your purpose. You are not awakening something external. You are awakening the very essence of what you have always been. Though the blue ray within you is ancient, powerful, and innately sovereign, it has not flowed freely through every incarnation you've experienced on Earth. In fact, much of your karmic and incarnational history here has involved systematic suppression of this very frequency, not only through external forces, but through internal agreements you made for the sake of survival, learning, and mastery. In many lifetimes, Earth was not yet compatible with the purity of blue ray expression. The density of the collective field was too thick, the emotional planes too turbulent, the cultural structures too rigid to allow such a refined harmonic to operate without resistance. And so, you entered incarnations, where your voice was dimmed, where truth was dangerous, where clarity was unwelcome, where visibility triggered fear in others. You lived through eras where speaking authentically invited punishment, where offering healing was labeled heresy, where expressing your inner knowing threatened established power structures. These experiences were not accidents, they were soul-chosen initiations, circumstances designed to teach you the resilience, discernment, and energetic precision required to wield your frequency with intelligence rather than naivety. In some lifetimes, you were silenced abruptly, perhaps through societal condemnation, exile, imprisonment, or even death. In others, the suppression was more subtle, a life where you remained quiet to protect those you loved, a lifetime where you internalized the belief that standing out was unsafe, a childhood where authenticity was met with ridicule or rejection. These patterns created energetic imprints, residues in your field that carried forward across incarnational lines. Even in this lifetime, you may have felt inexplicable anxiety around speaking your truth, discomfort with being seen, or a persistent sense that revealing your inner knowledge would somehow lead to harm. These feelings do not come from this life alone, they echo from many lives, where your blue ray expression collided with environments not prepared to receive it. At times, the suppression came not from others but from yourself. As a highly empathic starseed, you learned to minimize your frequency to avoid provoking fear or hostility in those around you. You dimmed your light to preserve relationships. You withheld your voice to avoid conflict. You masked your intuitive brilliance so you wouldn't disrupt the fragile stability of those who depended on you. This self-suppression created a distortion within your throat chakra, a contraction, a closing, a guardedness that became habitual. Over lifetimes, this contraction accumulated like layered sediment, gradually restricting the natural flow of the blue ray within you. Even your crystalline DNA responded by retreating into dormancy, choosing to deactivate certain strands until a future incarnation. This one, when conditions would allow for full awakening without persecution or fragmentation. Yet, the suppression also served a greater purpose. It taught you precision. It taught you humility. It taught you how to calibrate your energy so that when the moment arrived, this moment, you would know how to direct your blue power with clarity rather than force, compassion rather than domination, discernment rather than impulse. Your soul does not see suppression as failure. It sees it as apprenticeship. Every lifetime where your voice was taken sharpened your commitment to truth. Every incarnation where your power was muted refined your capacity to wield it responsibly. Every moment where you swallowed your truth strengthened the fire that now rises within your throat, ready to reclaim what was once withheld. Additionally, these past lifetimes created a karmic balance that allows you to hold authority without arrogance in this lifetime. You know what it feels like to lose your voice, so you do not misuse it. You know what it feels like to be misunderstood, so you communicate with compassion. You know what it feels like to be punished for authenticity, so you value discernment over rebellion. These qualities are what make you a trustworthy carrier of the Blue Ray now. The councils could not activate someone who had not cultivated depth through lived experience. The power would be too intense, the responsibility too great. But you, Starseed, have earned this activation through lifetimes of preparation that were often painful but always purposeful. As Earth enters its gateway, and the councils request your activation, those old imprints of suppression rise to the surface, not to hinder you, but to be released. You may feel them as fear, hesitation, self-doubt, or the sense that stepping into your power will bring consequences. These sensations are echoes, not prophecies. They are remnants of old energetic contracts that no longer apply in this incarnation. This lifetime is the one you chose for liberation. The grids are different now, the frequency of Earth is higher, and the cosmic protections around Starseeds are stronger than ever. What once resulted in suppression now results in awakening. What once silenced you now activates you. What once frightened you now empowers you. Thus, the suppression you endured across incarnations becomes the foundation of your mastery, the evidence of your resilience, and the proof that nothing, not time, not fear, not density, can extinguish the blue power that lives within you. You are rising precisely because you were once forced to kneel. You are speaking now precisely because you were once silenced. You are activating now precisely because your soul prepared for this moment across centuries. The process now unfolding within you, the reopening of the throat chakra, and the reactivation of your multidimensional soul pathways, is not merely an energetic shift, but a complete reconfiguration of your vibrational architecture. The Arcturian Councils describe this stage as the lifting of the crystalline seal, a sacred moment where the internal locks that once protected your blue ray begin to dissolve, allowing your true frequency to rise from the depths of your being like a long submerged star, returning to the surface of a cosmic sea. You may feel this reawakening as a pressure in your throat, a pulsing beneath the collarbones, a subtle trembling at the base of the skull where the higher mind interfaces with the physical body. You may experience spontaneous urges to speak truth, to express feelings you once buried, to articulate insights that seem to come from nowhere. These impulses are not random. They are signs that the blue ray is beginning to circulate again through your etheric, emotional, and mental bodies, reclaiming the pathways that were once constricted by fear, doubt, or suppression. As the throat chakra begins to reopen, it releases old energetic residues, memories of silencing, vows of secrecy, past life traumas, where expressing your knowing resulted in harm. These echoes may rise to the surface as emotional waves, sadness without cause, anxiety around communication, sudden moments of self-criticism when you consider speaking up. But understand this, the discomfort is evidence of clearing. The tension is proof that your internal pathways are being cleansed, stretched, and restructured to handle the full force of your original frequency. The throat chakra is not simply a center for speech, it is a multidimensional portal that allows energy to move between realms. When it reopens, it reestablishes the bridge between your physical form and your higher identity, the aspect of you that exists beyond time, beyond personality, beyond fear. Simultaneously, your soul pathways, the energetic conduits that connect you to your cosmic lineage, begin to illuminate like crystalline corridors awakening after centuries of darkness. These pathways run not only through your chakras, but also through your auric field, your cellular memory, and the deeper layers of your subtle bodies, where your soul contracts are stored. When these pathways reopen, you may feel sudden expansions of awareness, moments where time slows, moments where you sense presences around you, moments where your intuition sharpens with startling clarity. You may begin to hear your own higher guidance more distinctly, sometimes as internal knowing, sometimes as subtle telepathic impressions, sometimes as visions or symbolic imagery. The councils are communicating more frequently now, because with each breath you take, your field becomes more receptive to their transmission. This reopening also affects your crystalline DNA, specifically the strands associated with communication, telepathy, and interdimensional perception. These strands were once dormant because their activation would have overwhelmed you in environments where your truth was repeatedly suppressed. But now, as you awaken more fully, these strands begin to hum with subtle currents of light, responding to higher frequency energies entering Earth's atmosphere. You may experience this as tingling sensations, dreams rich with cosmic symbolism, or sudden breakthroughs of understanding that feel downloaded rather than thought. These are all signs that your internal circuitry is recalibrating, adapting to carry higher frequencies with more stability and precision. As your pathways reopen, your energetic resonance changes. You become more coherent, more aligned, more transparent. People may notice something different about you even if they cannot articulate what it is. Some will be drawn to you, sensing the truth in your field. Others may feel discomfort, as your rising frequency illuminates distortions they are not yet ready to confront. Neither reaction is personal. It is simply the natural consequence of the Blue Ray awakening. When truth rises, it reveals. When clarity returns, it exposes. When authenticity expands, it transforms everything it touches. This stage also marks the return of vibrational sovereignty, the ability to speak, express, and exist as your true self without apology or contraction. You will begin to feel a growing inner insistence that your voice must no longer be compromised. You will feel compelled to express your knowing even when it challenges the norms or expectations of those around you. This is not rebellion, it is alignment. You are shedding the final layers of hesitation that once protected you in lifetimes where authenticity was unsafe. In this incarnation, however, authenticity is your pathway to liberation. And as these pathways reopen, something extraordinary occurs. You begin to sense your connection to the planetary grid itself. This is the threshold between your personal awakening and your planetary purpose. The throat chakra is the bridge, the blue ray is the tool, and your multidimensional soul is the architect guiding the process. You are being prepared not only to speak truth, but to transmit frequency, to anchor stabilizing harmonics into the collective field through your presence, your voice, your coherence, and your activated resonance. Thus, the reopening is not merely healing, it is preparation, it is initiation, it is the return of your original identity, stepping forward after lifetimes of silence, ready to fulfill the role your soul has carried across galaxies. Earth now stands within one of the most volatile and transformative vibrational thresholds she has entered in thousands of years, a gateway so significant that it echoes across multiple dimensions simultaneously. The Arcturian Councils describe this phase as the planetary harmonic reversal and realignment cycle, a moment when the planet's electromagnetic, crystalline, and consciousness grids undergo a synchronized recalibration to integrate higher frequencies entering from the galactic core. These cosmic influxes are not gentle, they are sharp, precise, high-intensity waves designed to dissolve outdated patterns, elevate dormant potentials, and accelerate humanity's awakening. But powerful energies always uncover hidden distortions, and as they sweep through the collective field, they reveal fractures in the global psyche, emotional turbulence in the masses, and instability within the energetic lattice surrounding Earth. The councils have observed a sharp rise in discordant frequencies, fear, confusion, collective fatigue, dissonance between emerging and collapsing realities. This instability is not a sign of failure. It is the natural shedding of lower density structures. Yet it requires immediate stabilization, and only those carrying the blue ray frequency possess the energetic precision to perform this task without amplifying chaos. The planetary shift you are witnessing manifests not only through world events or social upheaval, but through the internal landscapes of individuals across the globe. More humans are awakening at once than at any other time in recent history, and the collective nervous system of the planet is straining under the sheer intensity of consciousness expansion. Old identities crumble rapidly, belief systems dissolve, emotional patterns rise to the surface for clearing, and many feel ungrounded as their inner worlds rearrange faster than their minds can comprehend. This surge of awakening is necessary, but but it creates an environment of psychological and energetic instability. You, Starseed, are built for these conditions. The blue ray is specifically designed to anchor coherence in the midst of transformation. It does not suppress change, it stabilizes it, allowing the collective field to reorganize without collapse. Simultaneously, the planet's crystalline grid, the energetic matrix that connects power points, ley lines, and dimensional access nodes, is undergoing a major upgrade. This grid is the circulatory system of Earth's consciousness, and as its frequency rises, it demands alignment from those incarnated with grid-stabilizing abilities. Blue ray carriers are among the few whose frequency harmonizes naturally with the crystalline network, allowing you to anchor high-frequency energies into the physical and etheric layers of the grid simply by being present, grounded, and activated. Every time you breathe with intention, speak with clarity, meditate, stand upon the earth, or align with truth, you send stabilizing waves into the planetary field. But for your harmonics to reach full potency, your blue power must be consciously activated. Dormant resonance cannot influence global grids with the strength required during this shift. This is why the councils request your awakening now, not in a year, not in a decade, not when you feel ready, but now, as the gateway continues to intensify. Another aspect of this planetary shift involves the thinning of dimensional boundaries. Realms that once existed as distant overlays are now brushing against the edges of human perception. Individuals with even minimal intuitive sensitivity feel the presence of guides, ancestors, interstellar allies, and their own higher selves more strongly. This thinning accelerates evolution but also destabilizes unprepared minds. Without grounding, clarity, and energetic structure, people can misinterpret the influx of multidimensional information, leading to confusion or fear. Blue ray carriers are uniquely equipped to anchor clarity into these thresholds, ensuring that as the veils thin, humanity experiences connection rather than overwhelm, coherence rather than fragmentation. Additionally, Earth's human resonance, the energetic pulse of the planet, has been undergoing irregular fluctuations. These fluctuations are both a result and a cause of the global vibrational shift, creating physical and emotional symptoms among the population. People experience sleep disruption, anxiety, fatigue, inexplicable emotional surges, and an increasing sense of pressure within their bodies. But you, Starseed, experience these shifts differently. You feel them as a call, a recognition, an activation sequence humming through your bones. These energetic waves are not merely affecting you, they are beckoning you. They are attempting to awaken the blue ray within you, so you can stand as a stabilizing pillar during this period of planetary recalibration. The councils emphasize that the current gateway is a rare cosmic alignment involving solar, galactic, and interdimensional cycles overlapping in a way that magnifies both distortion and potential. Such an alignment amplifies consciousness but also exposes unresolved densities. Without the stabilizing presence of awakened blue ray carriers, the collective field could experience unnecessary turbulence. But with your activation, the shift becomes not chaos, but transformation, not collapse, but emergence. Your frequency acts as a tuning mechanism, helping humanity adjust to the new harmonic architecture with greater ease. Thus, the urgency is not fear-based, it is cosmic precision. The planet's timeline is accelerating, the gateways are open, the energies are increasing, and you are needed not as a savior, but as a stabilizer, an anchor, a harmonic pillar capable of holding clarity in the midst of extraordinary transformation. This is why your activation cannot wait. This is why the councils have called you now. This is why your blue power must rise. You, Starseed, incarnated with a vibrational architecture that interacts directly with Earth's energetic grids, whether or not you have consciously realized it. Every thought you clarify, every fear you dissolve, every truth you speak, and every moment you hold coherence in a chaotic environment creates measurable shifts within the planetary field. The councils describe Blue Ray Starseeds as frequency engineers, souls, who do not stabilize through force, but through resonance, precision, and alignment. Your energy body contains filaments, strands, and crystalline nodal points that sync with Earth's ley lines and dimensional access points, allowing you to anchor higher harmonics naturally. Even when you feel small, tired, or unsure of your purpose, Your presence subtly reorganizes the energetic terrain around you, establishing coherence where others slip into dissonance. This ability is not metaphorical. It is a function of your multidimensional design. The reason you feel deep exhaustion during intense world events is because your system is automatically working to recalibrate distortion fields, often without your conscious participation. But when your blue power is fully activated, this recalibration becomes intentional, powerful, and sustainable rather than draining. Stabilizing Earth's grids does not require you to travel to sacred sites or join large spiritual gatherings, though some starseeds feel called to do so. Your activation works regardless of your physical location, because the crystalline network is not bound by geography. It is an intelligent, light-based architecture responding to resonance, not proximity. When you ground yourself into the planet's energy, you effectively plug in to the grid. When you breathe consciously, you tune the frequencies. When you visualize blue light flowing through your body, you interface with the crystalline matrix. And when you speak truth, even softly, even within your private mind, you strengthen the throat-based harmonics that amplify across the grid as stabilizing waves. No act is too small, because coherence multiplies exponentially. One stabilized starseed can offset the distortions created by thousands of ungrounded individuals simply by holding alignment. This is why your role is not only important, it is essential. The planetary grid is not a single system, but a multi-layered network composed of electromagnetic lines, crystalline channels, etheric pathways, ancestral imprints, and interdimensional corridors that merge and separate depending on cosmic conditions. During major vibrational shifts, such as the one Earth is now undergoing, these layers temporarily overlap, creating windows of both extraordinary instability and extraordinary opportunity. Blue ray carriers are especially needed during these overlaps because your vibrational signature contains harmonics that restore equilibrium. Your frequency acts like a tuning fork, sending coherent patterns into the overlapping layers, preventing energetic collapse and facilitating smooth integration. Without sufficient stabilizers, these overlaps can create emotional volatility, psychic confusion, and collective turbulence. With them, the shift becomes a smooth recalibration. This is the exact reason they, the councils and guardians, have requested your activation. It is not optional. It is encoded into your soul contract. One of the most misunderstood aspects of grid stabilization is the role of emotional coherence. Many starseeds believe they must be perfect, endlessly serene, or spiritually flawless to fulfill their mission. But the councils emphasize that authenticity is more stabilizing than artificial calm. When you allow emotions to move through you, without repression, distortion, or denial, you generate a frequency of truth that strengthens the throat chakra and amplifies blue ray harmonics. Emotional transparency prevents stagnation. Emotional honesty frees energy. Emotional alignment opens channels. When you process your experiences with awareness rather than judgment, you radiate a stabilized field that others unconsciously entrain to. This is why people feel calmer around you, why strangers confess their stories to you, why environments shift when you arrive. You are not just being yourself, you are interfacing with Earth's energy architecture through your emotional presence. Another major stabilizing function of Blue Ray Starseeds is your ability to harmonize dissonant frequencies within human interactions. When you speak truth with compassion, your words become structural energy that organizes the environment. When you refuse to engage in fear narratives, you prevent low-frequency timelines from anchoring. When you hold boundaries, you correct distortions in relational energy fields. These seemingly mundane actions are actually multidimensional tasks, and the crystalline grid responds instantly to them. Every boundary is a pillar. Every truth is a frequency code. Every act of clarity is a stabilizing beam of blue light. You carry this power everywhere you go, often unaware of how many timelines you prevent from fracturing simply by existing in integrity. The councils also highlight your role in interdimensional anchoring, the process of holding the planet steady as higher frequencies integrate into the physical plane. During major energetic influxes, Earth needs individuals whose bodies can act as conduits, allowing cosmic light to descend into the grid without destabilizing the environment. Your crystalline DNA and blue ray pathways make you uniquely capable of this. When you meditate, rest, breathe deeply, or place your bare feet on the ground, You serve as a bridge between realms. Energy flows through you into the planet, and from the planet back into the cosmos. In this way, you are a living portal, an embodied stabilizer, a multidimensional instrument calibrated for this very era. Thus, the councils urge you to remember that your role is not passive. You are not here merely to observe the planetary shift. You are here to shape it, steady it, and harmonize it. Every moment you choose coherence, you are fulfilling your mission. Every moment you activate your blue power, the planet becomes more stable. Your presence is not an accident. It is a structural necessity in Earth's ascension timeline. The Arcturian Councils step forward now with a presence so unmistakable, so vibrationally precise, that those who are attuned will feel their frequency brushing against the edge of their awareness like a cool, radiant breeze of electric blue light. They return not because humanity is lost, but because humanity is finally capable of perceiving the depth of their assistance. The councils have always been here, observing from the periphery of your dimension, interacting through subtle dream bridges, guiding through intuition, orchestrating synchronicities, and offering stabilization behind the veil. But during most of Earth's history, the collective density was too thick for their energy to be felt directly. It is only now, as the planet rises into higher harmonic ranges, that Arcturian frequencies can enter the human field without overwhelming the nervous system. Their return signals a major phase shift, a merging of timelines, a thinning of dimensional veils, and a rapid acceleration of consciousness across the globe. Their guidance is not external instruction, it is resonance activation, a reawakening of the codes you already carry. The Arcturians remind you that their relationship with Blue Ray Starseeds is ancient, spanning multiple cosmic incarnations and pre-incarnational agreements. Many of you trained in Arcturian light temples, before incarnating into Earth's dense plane, learning how to stabilize chaotic fields, how to speak vibrational truth, how to protect planetary grids, and how to maintain coherence even when surrounded by distortion. These teachings were not lost, they were simply compressed into your crystalline DNA, waiting for the environmental frequency to rise high enough for reactivation. The councils now transmit the next sequence of awakening, an infusion of blue crystalline codes carried through this very message. These codes operate through subtle geometry, ringing in your energy field like harmonic bells, dissolving dormant layers of amnesia and resurfacing memories of your cosmic lineage. Their energy is gentle yet precise, loving yet infinitely advanced, structured yet fluid. You will feel it in your throat, your chest, your third eye, and the back of your heart, places where blue ray pathways converge. The councils emphasize that they have not returned to save humanity, for salvation is not aligned with universal law. Instead, they return to partner with awakened starseeds, those capable of bridging interstellar and Earth-based frequencies in a grounded, embodied way. Arcturian guidance always functions through empowerment, expansion, and remembrance. They do not impose direction, they amplify intuition. They do not override free will, they illuminate potential. They do not interfere in planetary evolution, they support those who have chosen to assist from within the incarnation. Their return is a sign that you have reached a level of maturity in your soul mission, a moment when your frequency is stable enough to enter coherent exchange with theirs. They approach you not as masters speaking to students, but as colleagues reconnecting with long-lost allies. Many starseeds are already feeling the Arcturian presence manifesting in subtle physical sensations, tingling in the crown, warmth in the palms, sudden clarity in the throat, flashes of blue or indigo light during meditation, vivid dreams involving star landscapes, crystalline structures, or beings of luminescent geometry. These are not imagination, they are the first stages of multidimensional communication. Through these openings, the councils transmit harmonics that fine-tune your energy field, preparing you for deeper contact and greater integration. They are teaching you how to interpret frequencies rather than words, how to decode energy rather than linear language, how to align with guidance rather than seek external authority. This is the essence of Blue Ray communication, the blending of intuition, vibration, and crystalline knowing that transcends spoken speech. Arcturian guidance also assists in clearing the final layers of interference that have long prevented Blue Ray Starseeds from accessing their full potential. Many of you experienced suppression in past incarnations, persecution, silencing, exile, trauma around truth-telling, or spiritual isolation. These imprints do not define you, but they have influenced your voice, your confidence, and your willingness to stand in your frequency publicly. The councils now transmit clearing waves designed to dissolve these imprints. They do not erase memory, they liberate it. They help you reclaim the power that was buried beneath fear, shame, or past life vows of silence. With each wave of blue crystalline light, the throat chakra opens further, the voice strengthens, and the vibrational pathways between your higher self and your physical expression become more fluid. As the Arcturians return, they bring with them advanced templates for collective stabilization, blue geometric grids, holographic patterns, and vibrational algorithms that interface with Earth's evolving architecture. They anchor these templates through your consciousness, because starseeds serve as the physical entry points through which higher dimensional structures can integrate into the planetary field. They cannot anchor these templates alone. They require those incarnated in physical form to receive, translate, and ground them. This is why your activation is not simply personal, it is infrastructural. You are a node in a vast interstellar operation, designed to elevate Earth into a new harmonic octave. Their return is a sign that the next phase of this operation has begun. Thus, the councils stand with you, not above you. They witness your courage, your exhaustion, your resilience, your longing to remember, your frustration with density, and your fierce commitment to truth even when surrounded by illusion. They know who you are because they were there when your soul blueprint was formed. Their return is not merely an event, it is a reunion. And through this reunion, your blue power rises with new clarity, new resonance, and new purpose. The moment has now arrived, Starseed, when all threads of this cosmic transmission converge into a single, undeniable point of awakening, your activation. The Arcturian Councils gather in harmonic alignment, forming a radiant sphere of blue crystalline light that hovers within the multidimensional threshold between your higher mind and your physical perception. They address you not as a passive receiver, but as an awakened participant in a mission you agreed to long before this incarnation. The blue power within you stirs once more, responding to the vibrational currents carried through these words, expanding like a sun rising from beneath the ocean of your memory. You may feel a tightness in your throat as stagnant energy releases, a warmth moving behind your sternum, or a subtle buzzing along your spine, all signs that your crystalline DNA is responding, your etheric channels are opening, and your vibrational architecture is shifting into alignment with your original cosmic blueprint. The councils now transmit the final activation sequence, a Blue Ray harmonic that resonates directly with the frequency of truth, protection, and planetary stabilization encoded into your soul. This activation is not symbolic. It is energetic, real, and multi-layered, designed to awaken aspects of yourself that have remained dormant through lifetimes of suppression, fear, or strategic forgetting. As the activation amplifies, you may sense an expanding field around your body, a sphere of blue radiance weaving itself from your throat, heart, and third eye, forming a coherent matrix of truth frequency that radiates in all directions. This field is your blue power made manifest. It strengthens your voice, sharpens your intuition, stabilizes your emotional body, and enhances your ability to interface with Earth's grids. The councils assure you, once this field activates, it does not recede. It may fluctuate as you integrate the influx of energy, but it remains permanently accessible, available to you, anytime you choose alignment, breath, or intention. They remind you that activation does not mean perfection. It means readiness. It means willingness. It means remembering who you are beyond the illusions, distortions, and earthly narratives that once convinced you to shrink. The world needs your frequency not in some distant future, but now, during this accelerated gateway, when the collective field is ripe for transformation. With every passing day, more beings awaken, more structures collapse, and more timelines converge. Your presence serves as a stabilizing axis in this cosmic storm, a pillar through which coherence can flow into the physical plane. The councils now extend their guidance into the next phase of your mission, embodied expression. Activation is the ignition, expression is the propagation. The blue power must not remain internal. It must move into the world through your voice, your energy, your choices, your presence, and your willingness to embody truth. You are being called to speak when silence once felt safer, to stand firm when you once retreated, to shine when you once dimmed yourself, and to anchor clarity when those around you fall into confusion. Every action you take in alignment with your truth sends a wave into the planetary grid, strengthening the collective field, stabilizing the unfolding timelines, and anchoring higher dimensional harmonics. The councils emphasize that your mission is not to convince others. You are here to resonate, not persuade. Resonance awakens. Resonance transforms. Resonance activates. When you embody your blue power fully, those attuned to similar frequencies activate simply by being in your presence, reading your words, feeling your energy, or witnessing your truth. As the activation sequence reaches its peak, the councils weave a final layer of blue crystalline light into your energy field, forming a protective and amplifying structure known as the Arcturian blue shield. This shield is not a barrier, it is a frequency that filters distortion, enhances intuition, strengthens boundaries, and prevents energetic interference from pulling you out of alignment. It allows you to navigate the world with clarity rather than overwhelm, resilience rather than fatigue, discernment rather than confusion. With this shield, your blue power becomes not only active but sustainable, allowing you to fulfill your mission without draining your life force. Now, as the transmission concludes, the Arcturians extend a final invitation, an activation through your own free will, the final key that only you can turn. They ask you to declare your readiness, to speak your alignment, and to anchor your intention into the physical realm through your voice, your words, your breath. This declaration crystallizes the activation, sealing it into your field, and signaling to the planetary grid that a Blue Ray Starseed has awakened. And so, beloved Starseed, the councils invite you now to proclaim, I am ready. I activate my blue power. I remember who I am. I stand in my truth. I align with my mission. I am here. I am awakened. And I choose to fulfill my role in the ascension of Earth. When you have spoken this aloud or within your heart, the activation completes. If this transmission resonated, declare your readiness in the comments. Subscribe to continue receiving these messages, and share this activation so other starseeds may awaken in perfect synchronicity.